eye-catching and graceful scenes can be seen at any canal site in Britain. Deep green water and prosperous surroundings bring pleasure to all. Irrespective of season, it keeps floating its own natural glory. Don't you think these are enough reasons for attracting visitors? It has been proved by an enormous number of people paying attention to the canal.
The first canal came into Birmingham in the late 18th century. It was the Birmingham Canal. It was designed by, they all say designed and built by, but of course obviously he didn't build it as such, but it was designed by James Brindley, who was the famous millwright who became a canal engineer. Brindley built canals around contours. The idea being is if you kept it on one contour, you didn't need major costs in engineering works, and don't forget engineering at that time was in its infancy. And it also avoided the use of locks, which meant you needed water, and water was a very valuable commodity for the canals at that time. It was continually a problem. They needed water, and particularly as Birmingham is on a plateau, so therefore it needs a considerable amount of water to make sure that the canal is operative throughout the year.
Britain is the record history holder in each field with regard to canals. These canals were developed for transportation in the past at the pinnacle of the Industrial Revolution. The canal's fortune ended with the time principle. This 4,000-mile canal network was about to meet its maker after the formation of British waterways. Now, 2,000 miles of canals and rivers across the United Kingdom are maintained by BWA. The heart of Birmingham Canal Network is in the secure hands of the Birmingham Canal Navigation Society, progressing towards a new horizon of development. Birmingham is identified as having more miles of canal than Venice. Surrounded by historically rich landmarks, Gas Street Basin is a big attraction for holidaymakers.
Well, the best thing about canal boats is that they're so relaxing. You can get away from it all, just sitting here cruising along. No hassle, not like at work. So that's why I enjoy it so much. And we try and come once a year. Yeah, I mean, it's leisure now, yes. I mean, I know, since I got interested, I've done quite a bit of reading about the canals, so I know all about why they were built for industry and such like, but I also realise now it's almost entirely leisure. My wife and my two daughters, but my daughters have brought a friend each on this occasion. So there's 6 of us on board, 7 including the dog.
It's very pretty here, yeah, especially like in this area. I like it, it's like really pretty. I've been on a boat before, but this is my favourite route. I've been on 2 other routes, but we've done this one before, and it's really nice. Like this part of it, in like the buildings and stuff are dead like unusual, and then further on in the canal, it's like more pretty and countryside. So it's like nice to have a change.
I enjoy coming through Birmingham because although it's not the prettiest part of the canal, it's an interesting part because you can clearly see the history and you can see why the canals were built. But what I like about this route is that later on we're going to be out in the countryside and we'll see another aspect of the canals then.
At the same time, calm and heart-touching locations catch the attention of the tourist.
We are here 3 or 4 days for a visit exhibition in Birmingham, and as this is our last day here, we make a trip through the city to find how the city is beautiful, and we are trying to find some quiet and peace and to relax after the exhibition before our return to Prague. The perfect place for relaxing, because in other parts of the city you will hear many noises, and you will see many traffic, and here is really quiet and really beautiful part for walking and for relaxing.
Different boat companies are providing luxurious facilities to visitors. They are ready to give their best to their customers.
But nowadays, of course, it is mainly a tourist attraction. People have canal holidays. There's low budget ones as well as expensive ones. We ourselves, as I've pointed out, do canal trips and parties. There's pubs and clubs and restaurants all over the place. And tourists in general like to visit our city to get a favourable view. And I'm sure they do as well. For our part, we take them out on the boats and show them everything on water.
This business is generating large amounts of revenue for development. Across Birmingham Canal, approximately 13,000 boats and boat owners are making a living.
I was born here on the boats. My parents were all boaters. They had a pair of working boats. Well, this boat's probably have a bar on board. It's a party boat, this one is. Party boat, there's bar on board, music, room to dance. But the others, we just beds on where the cargo used to go. There are now 12 beds, and we carry school children. Well, every day is different. There's always something going on. It's never boring. And around Birmingham, there's loads happening. Theatres, restaurants, music in the pubs.
The location of looking out to the canal, the water, makes a big difference for people. It's rather than people are used to going out in city centres with a lot of roads and offices and etc. But this is totally different. People come here to relax. It's more a lot of people visit here from outside of Birmingham as well. So it's a bit like a tourist spot as well, because it's different to anything else in Birmingham.
Nature's giving nature a chance to continue naturally.